So ever since I set my eyes on container homes, I immediately fell in love with them. In a sense, they have been the original modular home. The fact that you can stack and brick them together like Legos, it just hit all the right spots in my weird engineering mind. Now, I was so drawn to them, I decided to actually start building and designing with them myself. But there's a newer modular home player in the game that seems like everyone, including our good friend Elon, is saying that will disrupt the affordable housing market. Do you smell that? I smell a new trend emerging. But what people are not talking about is that I think it will unintentionally create waves of rich entrepreneurs in the short-term rental market. I'm talking an even faster, more affordable way to create rentals that make $200 to $500 and maybe even more dollars per night. Now, I've always tried to find new ways to build things. Nowadays, for vacation and short-term rentals, being different is practically a must, further motivating me to come up with new and different ways to create unique listings without breaking the bank. This usually leads me to doing most of the project management or actual construction myself. Now, lots of other entrepreneurs have hit this wall as well and actually found great success in building alternative structures such as tiny homes, yurts, and Airstreams. Others have even jumped on the Airbnb train and pulled out massive loans between $150,000 to $300,000 to build ADUs in their backyards. And in some cases, people even spending $500,000 on these super high-end mini homes. Now, with all that money, you get these awesome places. But with everyone copying each other, this is also what you get: rock bottom rates. Price wars within the city where there's a brand new ADU around every corner. It's a business owner's nightmare. Competitors everywhere. So there are two key issues with this option, or with these options. The tiny homes, yurts, and Airstreams are capable of producing decent to great cash flows, but they generate zero equity. The ADUs do okay with equity, as well as okay to poor cash flows. In comes Boxable. Not a sponsor, but if you want to share some of that Elon money, hit me up. These modular homes literally unfold in under an hour. They're meant to create affordable housing, but all I see are affordable, hyper-unique rental units, and I'll explain exactly why I see that in a minute. Now, don't get me wrong, when I see these finishes, it doesn't get me too excited. It looks builder grade or average at best, and I have a solution to that later too. What I absolutely love is the durable engineering of this ready-to-go literal box of living space that can be built in a manufacturing facility and then unfolded like a massive origami house on site. Now, if you watch my channel or are part of the Land Hacker program, you know that I am constantly talking about how unique builds and experiences command a premium nightly rate.
But Kai, these things are literal boxes, and look, kind of bland and boring.
And you, my friend, are correct. Very basic indeed. But we can always dress up the shell. From a guest or buyer's perspective, structures are heavily judged based on how they're connected to the ground, the foundation, location, golden triangle, and what the exterior, the difference maker, looks like. All of that is still within my control when we're working with these type of modular homes. But now I have something that's highly engineered, well insulated, and finished origami house that I can literally crane into any location. That's when I can take over and dress her up however I want. No more having to figure out the logistics of lugging lumber and building materials into a treehouse project. You crane this one in. Or slogging through mud to get down to a build site in a valley. You crane it in. And there are a couple key things that really get my gears going with this particular type of build. It's way easier to build than difficult construction on site in bad weather. It's significantly faster since it's built in a climate-controlled warehouse and it's on an assembly line instead of custom job shop like most construction projects. The build quality should be better too, being that it's built in a controlled environment with specific engineering tolerances and a faster payback period, meaning you'll make the money back faster on your investment since it'll be up and running much more quickly. And then the very last is expansion options. You can grow into the future. Guess what? With these things, you can easily expand one section at a time when you are ready, meaning you can plan for everything ahead of time, prep the site during the first phase, and when you have the finances, and then you can purchase and bring in the other sections. Now, there is one slight drawback.
Price.
Currently, their staple product, the casita, is priced at $50,000 or roughly $142 per square foot. Now that's not much cheaper, if at all, than a standard construction. Once you factor in land, permits, utilities, and landscaping, you're talking well over $200 per square foot, which is on par, if not higher, than most new construction in this quality or finish.
Kai, you've been saying affordable this whole time.
Oh yeah, I know I have. But affordable is more than just cash outlay. Time is a major factor. Not just time you save from running and managing a project, but time you can be producing income. So when you build, assuming that you already have the land, you have to design the space, get structural engineering done, pull permits, excavate and grade, pour foundations, septic systems, well, running power, frame, roofing, siding, rough-in plumbing, rough-in electrical, HVAC, insulate, windows, doors, drywall, connect utilities, finish plumbing, finish electrical, finish HVAC, paint floors, finish carpentry, and trim. With this though, you can get rid of all of this, leaving you with just this. Saving you literally the equivalent of 3 to 5 months of construction with a full crew, sometimes maybe even more. So even though you pay nearly the same price, you can move your timeline of cash flows ahead of schedule by several months, allowing you to scale much more quickly, reach payback faster, and prove your concept. And when compared to very unique builds like tree houses or in areas difficult for supplies and crews to reach, you'll be looking at a significant cost savings since the vast majority of your labor will be done in a climate-controlled warehouse. Here's the plot twist for today's video though. When you build these things out in a golden triangle, permits and design it well, you get two things you can't get with the traditional ADU and alternative structures like Airstreams and yurts. High equity, high cash flows. When people buy property, they want permits for a dwelling unit. Check. When people rent property, they want a unique experience. Double check. Now that's not the only twist here though. If you ever decide to move and go to another site, you can simply unhook the utilities, unbolt from the foundation, fold it up, and move it. Something typically reserved for trailers and glam sites, you can now do it with these foldable homes, allowing you to do proof of concepts way faster and cheaper. Didn't build enough equity or cash flows in one location? Move it to another. Now, I know I've been pumping Boxable, but keep in mind, I haven't put my hands on one yet, so I really can't give it a fair review. What I'm excited about is the direction this industry is moving in. I would be very, very interested in a stripped down version, no finishes or paint on the inside, so I can customize it the way that I want it. If they have a shell model for $35,000 to $40,000, I will definitely buy one of those to put up in a tree or in the middle of a pond somewhere. If you haven't heard yet, this is apparently what Elon Musk has been living in after his mass sell-off of all of his million-dollar homes. Rumor is that he's even considering using these as options for homes on Mars since they're relatively lightweight, have solid construction, and are in a neat small package. And if you stuck around this far in the video, gold star for you. But if you want to play with the numbers and see how well this would work in your area, go to my website, kaiandrew.com, and download it for free, my spreadsheet, and plug in your own numbers and see if it works for you. And if you don't know what structures would work best for you and make the most money, take a look at this video here. I love you all. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Kai out.